When you think of playoff headline grabbers, names like Jayson Tatum and Jaylen Brown typically steal the spotlight, but sometimes it's the smallest details, the under-the-radar role players, the subtle lineup changes, that reshape a postseason landscape. Heading into a crucial Game 4 at Madison Square Garden, the Boston Celtics might be getting just such a boost. Sharpshooter Sam Howser, long doubted for this series, has been upgraded to questionable after missing 2 games with an ankle sprain. It's a development that, while not front-page material, could tip the scales in the tightest of margins. Let's break down why Howser's status is quietly one of the most important storylines ahead of Monday's pivotal clash, and how it fits into a series that's already been full of dramatic swings. Howser's potential return, more than just another body. For the casual NBA fan, bench shooter returns from injury may not seem earth-shattering. But Sam Howser is more than meets the eye for this Celtics squad, especially when spacing, ball movement, and off-the-bench shooting are at a premium. Howser's ankle sprain kept him sidelined in Games 2 and 3, robbing Boston of their most reliable reserve floor spacer this season. Averaging just 2.7 points in the playoffs over 6 appearances, his raw numbers don't leap off the page. However, the real story is Howser's regular season marksmanship. A 42% three-point shooter, forcing defenses to account for him every time he's on the floor. Just having Howser available, even in short bursts, demands that New York's perimeter defenders stay glued to their assignments. With the Celtics' offense often finding itself bogged down by the Knicks' physicality and shot blocking inside, every foot of space on the outside is gold. Boston's adjustment. Smarter spacing fuels Game 3. Turnaround Game 3 was a statement by the Celtics, snapped into focus at just the right time. After back-to-back home defeats that left fans anxious and critics outspoken, Boston roared back to life in Madison Square Garden. The formula: improved court spacing, relentless rim pressure, and a bench unit that played with confidence and aggression. Peyton Pritchard in particular exploded for 23 points off the pine, stepping into the scoring vacuum with a barrage of threes and drives. Perhaps the most telling stat: the Celtics elevated their rim frequency to 37% in Game 3, miles above the paltry 25% mark from the first 2 games. The offense looked liberated, less stagnant, more fluid, and dangerous at all 3 levels. Jayson Tatum, for once, didn't have to shoulder the entire scoring. Instead, he benefited from teammates who punished New York every time they sent extra defenders his way. It was a complete team performance, and an urgent reminder of how potent Boston can be when even their quiet guys are the Howser effect. What his presence means against the Knicks. Howser's actual production this postseason has been limited, but his impact is often felt in subtler ways. He changes the geometry of the court. The respect his shooting commands pulls Knicks defenders farther from the paint, making it just a step easier for Brown or Derek White to slash inside, or for Porzingis to get good looks. With Luke Kornet soaking up extra minutes in Howser's absence, Boston has lost just a bit of its marksmanship. It's been compounded by Kristaps Porzingis playing at less than 100%. As a result, every bit of floor spacing becomes even more, especially against a New York defense that thrives on clogging the lane and rotating to contest drive. Coach Joe Mazzulla gave a cautiously optimistic update. He's getting there. He's getting better. He's day-to-day, getting better every day. That leaves the door open for Howser to log some minutes in Game 4. Just enough to force the Knicks into harder decisions on when to help and when to stay at. Tactical implications. Howser's gravity unlocks Boston's offense. The Celtics have built their offense around creating and exploiting advantages. When Howser is on the court, his defender cannot afford to help on Tatum or Brown without risking a wide-open 3. That so-called gravity warps the defense, and a single made shot can change the tone in the playoffs. If Howser returns, look for Boston to feature more drive-and-kick action, looking to capitalize whenever New York collapses. Even if he only shoots a couple of times, the risk he poses opens up the floor for the rest of the rotation. And with Boston holding a narrow 2-1 lead in the series, every possession, especially in a raucous Garden atmosphere where momentum can turn on why Howser's return could matter. This isn't just a simple depth chart story. With Porzingis still not at full strength and the Celtics' offense thriving when spacing is maximized, Howser's return could be the under-the-radar development that swings. The smallest changes are magnified on the playoff stage, where schemes and rotations are adjusted in pursuit of the tiniest edge. If Boston can keep the floor spaced and force the Knicks to respect every shooter, Game 4 could mark another step in the Celtics rediscovering their best basketball, and, perhaps, propel them toward a deeper postseason run. Now, Celtics fans and basketball junkies, what do you think? Could Sam Hauser's return be the nudge Boston needs to claim Game 4 at the Garden? Or will the continued absence of shooting depth hurt their ability to keep the... How important is bench production in the playoffs? And will Joe Mazzulla's trust in his role play? Let us know your take in the comments below. And if this deep dive helped you see Game 4 in a new light, smash that like button. It supports the channel and brings you more of the stories that matter most as the NBA playoffs heat up. Keep it locked here for breaking updates on Hauser, Porzingis, and every twist as the Celtics-Knicks battle intensifies.